Hey guys, welcome back to the Jay's Fifth Down Podcast. I'm your host Jay, and I'm here today with my boy Nick Williams, and we're going to be talking about some breakout players heading into the 2025 NFL season. Nick, thank you for joining us here today on the show. We appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me back, Jay. You know, I always love having a good time with you on the show. Let's get right into it. Breakout players, man. 2025. Let's go.
Yeah. I guess I will go first.
Go ahead.
So yeah, man. So it is hard, man. Like when I was going through these players, I'm like, because there's a lot of guys in the league last year that, um, like just had a great season that didn't get much coverage or attention. So I mean, just to condense this list was pretty hard. But I got some guys here that I think are going to have like a big year next year and hopefully beyond. But first up on the list for me is Lat McConkey from the Chargers. Listen, as a rookie, this dude had 82 receptions, 1,149 yards, 7 touchdowns. He killed the Texans in their playoff game. I mean, they couldn't guard him at all.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for the Chargers, they lost, but he's a guy, man. Like, I watched him when he was in Georgia. I'm sure it did as well. And you know, I didn't think he was going to be, I know he was going to be good, but I didn't think he was going to be as good as he was last year in his first year in the league. I think the Chargers is a perfect fit for him. So that's
Mhm.
my number one guy right there on the list.
I agree with you 100%. Lad McConkey was a guy that I was really worried about picking him up in fantasy, but I read from a Chargers scouting report he was going to be wide receiver one, and I was like, Justin Herbert, wide receiver one, those go hand in hand. I need that guy in fantasy, and he ended up being one of the best pickups I would have had other than Brock Bowers. But that those two guys I just mentioned there, Brock Bowers, he already had a great like breakout season, so. I think that like Lad McConkey, man, he's gonna keep improving. Similar to like he had like that kind of Puka Nakua season a little bit. Puka was
Yeah.
obviously way a little bit better. But I think that McConkey still kind of got close in records and everything like that with the rookie season. So um, not really too fond on the records here, but I think that those two guys, yeah, they kind of go hand in hand. And Lad McConkey, he's going to make another great season for the Chargers. But for me, I got to go with a guy that you are very familiar with. I think that he is going to have a breakout season this year since he has the keys to the Lamborghini. It seems Michael Penix Jr.
Okay.
is
Okay.
going to have a breakout season. Now, trust me, he had some moments, there for the Falcons last few games without Kirk Cousins. It comes in, and I was waiting for that all season, and I know you probably were too a little bit.
Yeah.
And me and you know for a fact when he was at Washington, I mean the guy was just spectacular. There was moments where I thought that he had some of the best ball placement I had seen since Hendon Hooker, but Penix Jr. is going to have a breakout season. He's got some more weapons this time around. I'm ready to see what he can do. Jay, do you agree?
I agree, man. I think Michael Penix is going to have a great 2025 season. I believe even though he only got 3 games, those 3 games in the NFL experience is experience. And to be able to come in and I mean, you gotta let's put ourselves in this guy's, mindset for a second. Like yeah, he was one of the older rookies, but still in the NFL nonetheless, and I mean, first game in NFL, man, NFL stadium, the speed of the game, like that's got to be a lot in going on. Like, I remember my first game starting in my senior year, I was like I was just going nuts in my head. Like, so I know he was going crazy. And he's still the poise, man. One thing I love about Penix, even in his college days, he always has poise. He does not get rattled. Dude just stands back there and it's just like, I mean, just throwing rockets, man. Like, the pressure's not affecting him much. I mean, he has a straight face. Like, it, Atlanta's in good hands at the quarterback spot. And I think next year with um, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, maybe. It's a question mark. But Darnell Mooney, who is another who could have been a candidate for my list. He had a great season last year, so they got some good weapons, and I think he'll definitely have a breakout year next year. So I agree with your pick.
Yeah, for sure. For the quarterback position, yeah, that's who I'm going. And you got to think too. You're mentioning the older veteran. It's the older rookie is kind of he's a college veteran, but he's coming into the league, and that seemed to work out for Bo Nix. So
It did.
I think it'll work for Penix this upcoming year for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And Bo Nix had a great rookie season last year also. So you know, yeah, man. So I guess I'll go on to my number two guy here on my list. And for me, this is Chop Robinson from the Dolphins. One of their edge rushers. You know, he quietly had 6 sacks last year on a Miami defensive line that is actually pretty good. Guys around him like Zach Sealer and Jalen Phillips, I mean Bradley Chubb when he's playing like that defensive line for the Dolphins is pretty good, and Chop Robinson is a part of that. I think he's going to have a big year for Miami next year. I just see it. I watch him. I love his tape. He's got good hand placement. He's fast off the line. Like so, that's a guy for me that I'm looking forward to seeing next year.
Yeah, no, the Miami's gonna need that defense to come in clutch this season. I think you got a good guy there for sure, Jay. I like him a lot. I'm excited to see what he can do. For me, my next guy is gonna be we're gonna go up north a little bit from Miami,
Okay.
but same division. We're gonna be
Okay.
talking about Braylon Allen from the Jets. Now,
Yeah.
I think he's gonna have a breakout season. My guy Bucky Irving, rookie season had it was the best rookie running back in my opinion. Braylon Allen probably second. And with the question marks surrounding like the quarterback room, especially with Justin Fields coming in now to the Jets, how many how much are they going to trust him to really throw the ball? So Braylon Allen's going to get a lot of snaps. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, he was right under there from Bucky Irving. So Braylon Allen, he's probably going to be a guy that I try and pick up late rounds in fantasy as well. I think that he's gonna have a great productive year. He's going to be a breakout running back.
Yeah, yeah, I like Allen, man. I like, he was one of the few bright spots about the Jets offense last year. But he runs. I love the way he runs, man. He's hits the hole. He's physical. He's got that good running back build that you like to have in modern football, right? And he's gonna be a big part of the Jets offense next year, as you mentioned. Justin Fields come in. We don't know what that's gonna look like, so. Yeah, I love that pick right there, man. So Jets fans, I'm sure who are watching this, you were happy to hear that. You probably won't hear us, applaud the Jets or anything else on this podcast, but
Maybe
just
not. Maybe not.
hey, man, you got to take your wins where you get them, right? So, um, but yeah, man, that's a good pick. And for me, next, I got Kamari Lassiter from the Houston Texans, rookie cornerback last year. He didn't allow more than 50 receiving yards um, in a game when the ball was thrown towards him. He uh, yeah, allowed 43.7% completion percentage when the ball was thrown his way, and just zero point 0.0 passer rating on throws into his coverage. So this guy, I watched him, man. He played good ball for the Texans last year. And outside Derek Stingley, who's also a great corner that you and I both know about, SEC player right there from LSU. Got another one in Kamari Lassiter, the former Bulldog, So I'm excited to watch him play next year, man. Like Houston, man, listen, the Texans, they went to playoffs last year. I think they're gonna be better this season. Like they're a team to definitely watch out for, but for him specifically, yeah, that's my player right there. So
Yeah, and some people were even saying that last season was a down year for the Texans, and they still made the playoffs. More so a down year for C.J. Stroud, but yeah, that
mhm.
defense that did shine last season. I'm excited to see what he can do. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I think the next guy for me is going to be a guy you can kind of be familiar with. Talking about SEC, J.C. Latham. I think he's going to have a breakout season. They're going to need him to have a breakout season, protecting their new quarterback Cam Ward. I think that he didn't get as many snaps as he wanted to last season in his rookie year, but this year he's going to come in clutch. I feel like he's going to be a breakout player for that O line in Tennessee, seeing what they can do, building upon Cam Ward, getting ready for that rebuild that they're ever so needing.
Yeah, yeah. The Titans. Yeah, man, listen, the Titans will be an interesting team to watch next year. I'm not gonna say that they might be completely horrible. I think like Ward will definitely elevate their overall level of play. Their defense in spots wasn't awful. They actually had a decent defense, through a good portion of the season. Got some injuries. Um, but yeah, I definitely think that he's gonna be an important part of that offense, protecting Cam Ward's blind side. So yeah, for sure, man. I love that pick right there, man. That's a great
I
pick.
know you. I knew you'd like that one. That
Yeah.
and Penix, like, what am I doing? I'm just glazing you today or
Yeah,
something.
man. What's up with that, man? But yeah, man. So yeah, I mean, honestly, like those were the main guys for me. I mean, but trying to think, do I have anybody else in mind that I think is gonna have like that, just because you see it every year, right? I mean, there's always that player that whether it may be their second year or third year, wherever it may be, their first year, they just come in and they have that just awesome season. Um, I mean, like I said, man, there's so many guys in the league that
Yeah,
you could put on this list, but these
if
are
if I
just
could if I could pick like another defender and offender, I'd probably go defense. Maybe Byron Murphy having a breakout season, and then on offense, I could probably see. I think that Keon Coleman could, he could. I just Keon Coleman's interesting to me because he's either gonna be another like Stephon Diggs for the Bills or another Gabe Davis, and it's kind of just like we're gonna have to see how this second season plays out for him for me to really tell. But we'll throw his name out there.
Well, yeah, yeah. That's a solid, like honorable mention. That's a solid
Yeah,
honorable mention for sure. I think that's where he would fit in. He's definitely he's got some growing to do for sure, but didn't have a bad rookie year. The Bills receiving core, you know, it's just what it is right now. But I mean, you see what the Bills still did anyway.
yeah.
So.
Their receiving core was good enough to get Josh Allen an MVP. So it's
Yeah, right. Yes. So I mean, that's what that is, man. But I mean, I don't know, man. It's gonna be a good year though for sure. I'm excited to see like what happens. I mean, now I know this is early, man. This is an early call. But do you think the Eagles have a chance to repeat?
oof, oof.
I mean, not winning a Super Bowl, but just going back to the Super Bowl.
Going back. Honestly, no. I don't see the Eagles going back, and it's nothing of against the team itself because that's a great team and they're keeping a lot of their key pieces. But it's just the NFL has a lot of parity. And I think that there will be a team that can overcome the Eagles this year, and hopefully there will be a team in the AFC that can overcome the Chiefs. But the league is ever so changing. There's new superstars every year, and I have nothing against the Eagles. I just want to see somebody new, and I'm hoping not the Eagles. Do they have a big chance? Yeah. I mean, what they're favorites, other than the Chiefs. So I don't know, man. Do you see them going back,
I think
or
it's
do you see the
definitely.
Falcons going?
Yeah, man, Falcons are going to the Super Bowl this year. Um, no, man, I definitely think the Eagles will get there. The Falcons will get there soon, but no, the Eagles definitely have a chance to go back. I mean, like you said, they're pretty much retaining the team they went to the Super Bowl last year with, minus a few guys. You see the Gardner Johnson, that may be a good thing for him in some cases. You kind of know where I'm getting at with that. Um, you know, they also lost Milton Williams, right? I believe he left, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's huge for the defensive
yeah.
line. Um,
Forgot where he went.
yeah, he left, and Brandon Graham also retired. So that's the other thing. So yeah, their defensive line's gonna be a little, some guys might step up. But I think overall they have the talent to. Jalen Hurts is still there, AJ Brown's still there, Saquon will be
Saquon.
back. So hopefully the Madden curse doesn't get them. But yeah, I think they have a chance. I don't know, man. Like I'm looking at the NFC, I just don't see any other like I don't see Detroit. Last year was the year for them to do it. They couldn't do it. Um, Washington took them out. Washington still not there yet. Close, not there yet. Um, you know,
They're still really young
they're so
too
young. Yeah.
when it comes to Jaden Daniels, for sure. I think that I hate saying this, but the Cowboys will definitely be a playoff team this year.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, getting George Pickens, like if you can't do more with that receiving core, then like it's all on Dak. Like this is the last season we can give Dak Prescott any credit for anything. If he doesn't make the playoffs with this offense, it's just fire everyone, especially Jerry Jones. Get somebody new in there. But we need to see we need to we need to see the Cowboys at least make the playoffs this year with that offense. But yeah, I think they're a team to watch out for in the NFC, and definitely the Bucks, always contenders for sure.
Yeah.
Um, I think that they're always a dark horse. But yeah, like you said, Commanders, they're there. Um, 49ers probably have another mid-season, honestly. I don't really see them doing the greatness that they were up to a couple seasons ago, but yeah, no, it's really tough. I just think that maybe somebody can find the upper edge. I mean, it was a really crappy game if you remember, like the Eagles Packers. But if the Packers were able to finally do something good in the playoffs, then I think that they could have the upper edge on Philadelphia as well. So I don't know. Like I said, I just don't see the Eagles going back because I think that they could lose in a close one this year. But who knows? I mean, that front office up there has done some amazing work.
I mean, it's like they're magic, man. Like how did like it makes no logical sense how they're able to like move around the draft and get these like guys and then make these trades and then like how dude, listen, I think Howie Roseman is secretly like a wizard. I don't know, like he must have some sort of like magical powers. Like there's no way the Eagles should be able to do this every single year because they do it every year and it always ends up working out for them in some like it's like what I'm saying is they hit on pretty much all their players. Like they do.
Every time. And the thing is, too, is some Eagles fans may not like me saying this, but one of your secret weapons, in a way, is Nick Sirianni. That man embraces Philadelphia. He embodies Philadelphia. So it's just like when you have that guy running the team for the Eagles, and I mean, like the Eagles fans are always kind of wild. We already know that. So they were already saying to fire Sirianni and stuff, but no, like that was a great hire from the front office as well. So the ceiling for the Eagles is really high. But again, I would rather see the Eagles go again than the Chiefs. Please, please.
Yeah, man. Give us a Eagles Ravens Super Bowl.
I'm all for that. The Birds Super Bowl. Let's make that
Yeah.
happen.
But that's the Ravens, man. That's like, we that's a whole different that's a different podcast, man.
Well, that's a whole different podcast. That team needs to be in a Super Bowl in the next 2 years, or it's just like it's rebuild time, I guess, because that team. I mean, they should have got past the Chiefs in the AFC, but it's whatever.
Yeah. So, but hey, man, that's what it is. Yeah, so we'll see what happens next year. But yeah, I wanted to ask you that, man. Just seemed like what did you think the Eagles could go back, and like I said, we'll see what Kansas City does. Um, I mean, like we talk about every year, man. Like I'm not gonna say they won't do this or say they won't do that because it's the Chiefs, so I can't say
Yeah,
that.
yeah. No, you
Um,
can't. You
I,
can't.
I can't, but I can say this. I need to see them like that performance in the Super Bowl. They gotta what's the word? Th- they need to look better week one than they did in the Super Bowl for sure.
Mhm.
Patrick Mahomes has to look better. He threw what, three picks? It was
Yeah,
three, right? He threw three
I think so.
Super
Well,
Bowl.
at
Yeah.
one point, what was it? 44-7.
Yeah.
So yeah, um, yeah. No, they. You never know with the Chiefs. I think the last question I might have for you, because it's just
Okay.
popped in my head, is let's talk for a second about the Steelers. Like
Hmm.
Aaron Rodgers, this is his last season. He's confirmed that. Thank
Yeah.
God. His last season
I
should have
know,
been,
man.
2 or 3 seasons ago. But, you got Aaron Rodgers now. where does this team lie? Is this another 9-8 team for Mike Tomlin? You think?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, 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 dude. The Steelers, man, just I don't know, man. Like the Steelers, like I think, like I do think this is also some magic in the works here. I think Mike Tomlin, like sacrificed something to never have like a losing record, and at the expense of that, the Steelers will not do anything else but have that 9-8 over 500 record.
And the thing is
So
I mean, like, DK, man, DK, one of the best receivers is going to be there. So, and in my opinion, he's better than Pickens. It's close, but I think that DK, I mean, Aaron Rodgers just has to be on his game. But yeah, it could be another 9-8 season. But where does that like lie for Mike Tomlin? Because I know a lot of Steelers friends of mine, they're saying, another 9-8 season, go to the playoffs, lose. Like, how many years can you do that?
yeah, yeah, it's one of those things. It's like he's a coach that doesn't he doesn't lose or he doesn't have losing seasons, but the goal in the NFL is to win the Super Bowl. I mean, at least it should be. Like, in all levels of sports, right? It's the championship. That's what the goal is. And at least that's what it was to me, playing at the high school level. But I know it's the same thing for the guys at the collegiate level. So in the NFL, it's win the Super Bowl. And 9-8, 9-8, 9-8, 9-8. Like, it's like, I don't know, man. The Steelers, it's like, it seems like at this point they're just content with it. Like I haven't seen them pull the trigger. Like, I feel like a team in their position would want to. Like we have the talent. Our defense is ferocious. They are physical. They're mean. They're nasty. They're, it's just, they just can't. It's mediocre. Their offense is mediocre, man. They just can't dude, I hate watching them like the Steelers move the ball, man, up and down. It pains my eyes to watch them play offense. Like it's just, I don't know, man. Like I can't I'm a football guy, man. Like I just can't sit there and watch the Steelers just move the ball. Like I can watch them on defense all day, man. I can watch TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith and all those guys eat up on defense, Cam Hayward all day long. Offensively,
Mhm.
no. So
We'll see how Rogers, DK, how they fit in the scheme. We'll see. But like you said, they're kind of content. I mean, like, Mike Tomlin's a proven coach. He got a Super Bowl. It's hard to get rid of a guy like that too. And also,
yeah,
I
it
think
is.
he's like the second longest like active head coach in the
Yeah, I
NFL.
think so.
I
Yeah.
think the only one over him was what, Andy Reid. I think so. So it's very hard to get rid of that. But also at the same time, like, do you want to win a Super Bowl or do you want to keep being mediocre? So I don't know. They'll figure it out, hopefully. But how to get your opinion on that?
Okay. Well, yeah, that's my thoughts, man. So we'll see what they do, man. Just, be suiting up, man, for another season here pretty soon. I'm ready for it. I'm excited.
Yeah, of
But yeah, thanks for coming on the show, Nick, and
course.
talking some ball with me, man. We talked about on the pre-show, but like rocking the Garden Minshew mustache right there. I think he'll be
Yeah,
proud.
yeah,
You're just missing the long hair. That's what you were saying before we got on.
yeah. Minshew has a way better mustache than I, but I do appreciate that. That makes me feel good for sure. But yeah, Jay, thanks for having me on the show, man. It's always a pleasure coming on, whether we're talking sports and movies and TV shows. But it's always good to be with you, Jay. And if you guys are watching, you haven't already, Jay is an author. You need to go buy his books. Link
Yes.
link in bio.
Yeah, man, for sure. They're out there. Go get them. Listen, it's summertime, man. It's the perfect time to be reading. So,
Ooh,
um, so yeah, man, y'all check us out here. And thank you again, Nick, for your time. And we'll be talking to you real soon, man. So
yeah, man. Football season coming up. Let's go.
yes, sir. Well, thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.